Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Brian Hartman, and we are going live here from Ferris Plaza at 1859 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, our brand new location. So come out and see us. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has been weighing on me this whole week and for a while now. Is getting working capital for your business dead? I'm sure that's been something a lot of people have been contemplating. Unfortunately, it is something that is really happening, and it is not going away anytime soon. So I wanted to kind of flip it around and talk about some of the positives, even though it's starting off a little bit negative. So let's jump right into it. I wanted to share with you an article that came out in American Banker just 2 days ago. If you take a look outside of PPP, it's crickets in small business lending. Supply and demand for small business loans outside of the now idling Paycheck Protection Program have been lackluster at best. There's a blurry economic outlook. At the same time, demand for non-PPP loans has cratered as businesses freeze investment plans and cut costs. The scary part to me was, if you look here at the bottom, a separate survey by Biz2 Credit determined that the approval rates for small business loans had fallen from 28.3% in February all the way down to 13.8% in July at banks with more than $10 billion in assets. So unfortunately, approvals are going down, and the banks are getting a little bit more strict, a little bit more tight in their guidelines, and it's becoming more and more difficult to get working capital for your business. So is working capital dead? Sounds like it's getting there. So a few things I wanted to share with you today, and I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly. First thing is called our unsecured credit line or credit cards, aka credit line hybrid. It's a true EIN-driven credit line from A-rated banks that we work with. Establishes instant business credit by using any officer of a company's personal credit history to expand worthiness directly to the company. It's not a working capital line of credit through an existing partner bank. This program is designed to divorce a company's owner's personal credit risk from his or her company's. Credit lines that belong to the company's EIN, not the owner's social security number. It's something that can happen pretty quickly. The minimum requirements, there's a number of them, but I just wanted to bullet point a few of them. Minimum credit score of 700. You can have no more than one delinquency in previous 12 months. No paid collections in previous 3 months. No more than one in the previous 6 months. And no bankruptcies on the credit report whatsoever. You can get up to $150,000, and it's a great way to be able to establish business credit or expand your business credit. This does, as mentioned, require a personal guarantee. However, it does not report to your personal credit bureau. So it's a way to build business credit, have extra working capital, and it does not affect your credit scores on the personal side at all. Another program, this is kind of like a red alert, so we put it all in red for you. We have what's called a low interest emergency relief loan, where you have no payments for 12 months. Did everybody see that? No payments for the first 12 months. Receive up to $150,000 at only 3.75 for 30 years. That's right. Sounds just like the EIDL. Everybody's heard of it, but it's not. If you have not applied for or been approved for an EIDL loan, even if you got a PPP loan, we can still get you approved for up to $150,000 for your business. So what are the benefits? You get the loan up to $150,000, 30-year term, only at 3.75% interest, and as I mentioned, no payments for the first year. And the requirements, look how simple this is. 2019 annual sales of $250,000 plus, a 650 plus credit score on the owner's FICO, and sometimes approved as low as 601. If that is something that you guys think you can qualify for, it's limited time, so reach out to us. Our phone number is 772-223-3344. Be happy to talk to you about that. We have people standing by right now, so dial that number. The last piece I wanted to go through, and again, for the sake of time, I'm going to go through this very quickly, but we can certainly schedule a time to follow up, is Business Credit 101, how to get business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your SSN with no personal credit check. That means no personal guarantee. And to go back a second, this one also has no personal guarantee up to $150,000. So what is business credit? Business credit is credit that's obtained in a business name. The business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN number. The credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owners, just the business. With an established credit profile and score, the business will then qualify for credit. Business qualifies for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, BP, even MasterCard, Visa, and auto financing. Yep, that's right, auto financing. We have had clients go through this program that got 100% financing on a brand new car in the business name, didn't even have to sign on the dotted line, walked out with a car same day. The business can also qualify for credit lines and loans using its business credit. So why is business credit awesome? It doubles your borrowing ability. What does that mean? Now you have both business credit and your personal credit completely separate, and you don't have to pile up your personal credit to be able to use for working capital for your business any longer. It makes you more lendable. As you're going to continue to grow your credit, the business reporting agencies recommend you for more and more money, helping you get higher approvals on business credit cards, loans, and credit lines. And here you can see some of the credit scores and how they work and what the risk looks like. Just a few to give you an idea. It has nothing to do with personal credit at all. That's the beauty of this. It's the only legal way to have two credit profiles. I can't have two credit profiles under Brian Hartman, but I can definitely have one for Brian Hartman and one for my company, Ferris Funding Partners, for example. It's a fast initial establishment for credit profile and score. Get it done quickly and get it set up. Business credit scores are based on only one main factor. Do you pay your bills on time or early? On the personal side, there's 5 factors. Payment history is 35% of the score. Utilization, how much balances are you keeping compared to your limits on your credit cards? That's 30% of your score. Length of credit history, how long do you have the credit? 15% of your score. Accumulation of new credit, 10% of your score. And then finally, credit mix is 10% of your score. Business credit, much easier. Top line, payment history, that's it. You start with your business paydex score, and it's based on payment history. So expect payment may come early. You'll have a score of 100. That's the top of the line. That's like the 850. That's the Cadillac of personal credit. Business is 100. Payment is prompt. You get a score of 80. Payment comes 14 days beyond terms. That's like the equivalent of how many days late, right? So days beyond terms, same as late payments. 70 is your score. And then it continues to go down from there. So where do you want to be? 70 or higher. Typically 80 is even better. Again, you can track your overall business risk with Dun & Bradstreet. You got Experian, you got Equifax. Those are your three main credit bureaus. So this program is perfect for startups. There's no cash flow requirements. It can be used for existing companies as well. No collateral requirements. So let me go back over that real quick. Perfect for startups, can be used for existing businesses too. No cash flow requirements. And it has a competitive advantage because there's no collateral required. Huge. It's easier to grow a business. Every highly successful business in America has business credit. Think about it. Walmart actually has more business credit that they use to stock their shelves than they have investor shareholder value in their company. That's huge. Most of those corporations, they're not personally guaranteeing loans, guys. That's all business credit, and you guys can have it too. No personal guarantees. So what is business credit? These are Experian. You can see some of the trade lines and what it looks like when you get your credit report. There's some more to take a look at. Just examples. 80% of their cash injection comes from business credit at Walmart. Wasn't lying. New businesses can get business credit too. Here's some other examples. So how do you build your business credit? Make sure your business is set up credibly. Very, very important. Do you have an email address that's professional? Yourdomain.com. So Brian@yourdomain.com, for example, as opposed to brianbusiness@gmail.com. Is your entity set up properly? Do you have a business address that's a true brick and mortar or at least a virtual address? Home address, P.O. box, no good. Your phone number, is your office number listed with 411? If it's not listed with 411, lenders will look at that and say this might not be a credible company. We don't want to lend to it. It's happened out there. Your email and website. Do you have a website? Can people find you on the internet? It's like the yellow pages today. You have to be out there, even if it's a one-pager. Your licenses and other docs, are they all set up properly? All the addresses matching all across the board with the Secretary of State? Your business listing congruency, exactly what I just talked about. Are all your bills coming to the same address? Secretary of State have the same address. IRS, make sure that all the addresses are correct. Your EIN number, very important. You can't be a sole proprietor, it can't be a partnership. In order to be able to build business credit, have to have an EIN number. Bank account, extremely important. The date your bank account is open is typically when lenders consider your business to be open. Think about that. Get set up with the business credit reporting agencies and start getting your reports. Find out what's on them. Most business owners neglect it. It's the worst thing that you can do. It can actually get you declined for loans at the bank. Start by getting approved for vendor credit. Everybody's heard of Quill, hopefully. That's an office supply company. Hewline, that's a shipping supply company. Grainger, that's an industrial supply company. Several examples of who you can start to establish vendor credit with to be able to build your business credit. You get terms, net 30, net 55, be able to buy something, they ship it to you, you get a bill, you pay it, it reports to the credit bureaus. So how do you build it? Vendors offer net 10, 15, or 30-day terms. 93% of trade vendors do not report to the business reporting agencies. You'll need to find vendors who do report and who will approve you even with no established credit now. So 97%, it's actually up now, of trade vendors do not report to the business credit reporting agencies. What does that mean? There's businesses out there that could have $500,000 in business credit and have failing business credit scores because none of their trade lines are reporting to the bureaus. Very important. 3 of these accounts must be reporting before you can move forward, and you got to make sure that they're reporting to the bureaus. You must start a business credit profile and score with these starter vendors that I just mentioned. Starter vendors are ones who will give you initial credit even if you have none. Most stores like Staples will not give you initial starter credit, so don't even try applying. Steps in the process, guys, steps in the process. Continue applying for more credit you can use to grow your business. As you get approved, continue using that credit regularly. Extremely important. Don't just get the credit and let it sit there. Use it, pay it off, use it, pay it off. Try to pay it off early. You pay it off early, you can get increased limits later down the road. Pay your bills timely, always buy using credit instead of cash, and then pay off the credit. Don't forget to leave the Social Security number field blank on credit applications. If they're asking for it, doesn't matter. Don't put it in because you're not going to be personally guaranteeing. So that's just the beginning of how to build business credit. I didn't want to take a whole lot of time today, but you can reach me right now, 772-232-8131. We're here. We will be able to answer any additional questions you might have, and we're happy to be able to walk you through this process. So is working capital for your business dead? It's kind of, but we have ways to be able to get past that. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.